So let's move on to another commit for UNC right now. And the question still is he going to come into 20? Is he going to move into the 23 class, or is he going to stay in 24? It's Elliot Cadeau. And I know you've seen him multiple times. I feel like the highlight reel, Jason Kidd, Kendall Marshall type passing ability is what's jumping off of the video for a lot of folks from Elliot Cadeau and what we've seen from these live periods. But I'm also seeing a guy that's really comfortable taking it to the rack when he wants to. What's been your take on his offensive evolution, and how do you think that might translate to the next level whenever he gets there?
Yeah, I hadn't seen Elliot Cadeau all senior season. I didn't get a chance to see him at Link. So it had been about a year. And what immediately popped off to me was just how quick and explosive of a first step he has. He is so shifty. He changes gears and speeds and directions so fluidly, so quickly, keeps everybody off balance. And when you couple that with how dynamic he is as a ball handler, he keeps guys guessing and always keeps them guessing wrong. So he's just able to get wherever he wants on the court, elite feel out of ball screens. To answer your first question, like if somebody jumped off, like you're asking who's the certified best player right now coming into college, it would absolutely be him. He can. I told our team this. He could go start a game for North Carolina tomorrow. I wouldn't have any reservations about that. He is just so heady, so skilled, elite vision, elite passer, sets the table for everybody around him. And then also he's improving as a shooter. Still got a ways to go, partially due to shot selection, but he's able to create separation, rise up and create from all three levels. But one thing I appreciate about him is just kind of like a lost art, or it's the old way, I guess. He's just a pass first guard. You don't see it often anymore. So very much appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, as high of a floor as they come in this class in terms of projecting for the collegiate level, and especially for immediate impact the year ahead.
That's high praise for the number of prospects that you lay eyes on an annual basis. I want to ask, I think one of the things a lot of North Carolina fans, specifically our subscribers at Inside Carolina, are asking about is how he will mesh with elite level talent around him. And I think, UNC's talent on the roster last year vacillated quite a bit, but I don't think there's any doubt that he's got a rock solid, All-American caliber post player in Armando Bacot coming back if he decides to reclass. And if he decides to come in with his 24 class and he ends up next to a guy like RJ Davis, who may still be in Chapel Hill either way, do you see him being able to play on the ball with someone else like an RJ Davis? And will Cadeau be better with better scorers and shooters around him?
Absolutely. I don't have any reservations with him fitting along with anybody. He's the type of guy that he's so smart, and like he's going to know his personnel around him, and he is going to try to figure out how to put them in spots and in situations that's going to make them better. So you don't have to worry about how's he going to fit. No, it's like he's going to just figure out who else is around him. You give the ball in his hands and he'll let him figure it out. Let him put them in the positions and find them in the right spots. So when it comes to RJ Davis, like if he were to come in or RJ is still there for his senior year, I have no issue about it. I would just personally, if I'm Hubert Davis, I would want Elliot Cadeau on the ball 100%. Let RJ Davis do what he does, and that's score the basketball. RJ has long been wired to do that. So let's let him do that and let Elliot set the table for him. So if even without it, Armando Bacot or anybody else, I really don't have any reservations with him. You having to find the right pairing alongside him. He's just going to figure it out, and he's going to elevate whoever it is around him.
So, Travis, my question is, it's more of a scenario. You are in charge of basketball, and guys do what you say. So they commit where you want them to commit, and you just have the juice, and everybody does what you say. Can you make a case, briefly, for why it's good for Elliot Cadeau to come in 2023, and why it also would be good for him to go in 2024? Like, make a case for both of them.
Reason it would be good for him to stay in 2023, frankly, or not stay in 23, to go in 2023. Like I said, he has the highest floor of anybody, probably, aside from Dylan Harper, probably the highest floor in terms of projecting for next year. Like if you were to reclassify either of them, they're going to start next year, play 30 minutes a game, put up numbers. You have no reservations. To that point, I don't know if he's going to get any better in high school. He's dominating every single game he goes out, averaging 11 assists on the EYBL circuit. What else does he need to do? I mean, he can improve his jumper, but I mean, you can start working on that next year. The game comes so slow to him at this point. What's the purpose of playing another year of high school basketball? You can make that jump. And also he's old for the class. He's ready physically, everything. He is ready to make that jump. Why should he stay in 2024? Frankly, it would only be roster personnel with this North Carolina team at this point. They've added a lot in the portal. You got RJ Davis coming back. Where does he fit into all of that? I don't know this personally. So the question is, has Hubert Davis told RJ Davis, has he told him, are you going to be running this? You're going to be running this team next year. You are my point guard. Has he told him that? So if you do that, can you bring if he's done that, then I don't see how you can bring Elliot Cadeau, because you bring in Elliot Cadeau and you're trying to keep him on the bench, you're going to have a really hard time keeping him on the bench in practice every single day, because he's going to be the best point guard from day one if he were to come to North Carolina anytime where RJ Davis is. So that to say, if he's promised RJ Davis, you're going to be my point guard, I don't see how you can bring Elliot Cadeau, because he's just going to win that position at the end of the day.